5-minute trap. Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, pandas. Welcome to the stream. TGIM. On the stream, we always celebrate Mondays because that just means the weekend is over. Guess what? We're back to trading with the community here, two-legged pullback community. Happy to see everyone here. We just finished the pre-market show. Always have a great time there. Martin Roher, thanks for becoming a panda. Thanks for your support. Enjoy your green name. Enjoy your two-legged pullback badge as it forms over time. Enjoy your panda emoticons and enjoy access to the pre-market show where you can join the rest of the pandas and join me, a little more closely on my journey here to, hopefully gaining some sort of financial freedom and trading with Apex accounts. We go over all my account balances and also all my off-stream trades, and so it's a little more intimate following, and you can follow a little bit more closely with more details on what's happening. But if you just like to, if you just enjoy the daily show here, then that's fine. Also, you can just become pandas to support. I know before the pre-market show, pandas were supporting me just because they just love the content and they just want to support me, and that was awesome. There are some pandas here, pandas with like far developed badges. They were like supporting this channel way before any perks. They just wanted to support. They just knew that hey, Panda can use some coffee once a month, and so they were just really gracious. So really do appreciate all the pandas, especially the older pandas, the veteran pandas. But you guys are all awesome. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it might be today. We do have a trap trade here, but so close to market open, I am not going to take it if it does trigger. But I actually like this trap trade. This gap here, we had a chance to come and fill it, but we didn't. Even with this trap, like we had a chance, and instead of filling this gap, it creates a double bottom. And I can't tell you right now how many this one gap I'm waiting for it to fill. I am waiting for it to fill. Yes, Toadman's absolutely right. When it comes to like sharing all my personal accounts, it's very vulnerable position to be in, and exposing how much money I'm withdrawing, all these things is very vulnerable. And so it's like literally telling someone like how much money you make. And it's a personal question, and so that's why when it comes to sharing very personal information like that, I'm just more comfortable sharing it with people who are supportive of the channel. Of course, you can support the channel, and of course, there are a lot of people who watch that would 100% be supportive of me, even if I showed it and they're not pandas. But this is a way for me to know. And also it's like just because you're a panda doesn't necessarily 100% mean you're supportive, but it's just the chances are way higher. If you're willing to drop some some financial support, then you're just like you're kind of put your money where your mouth is type thing. I still like this failed second entry short here. In fact, it couldn't break below this pivot low, so it's acting as a higher low setup, and that is a nice setup here. I actually like this setup a lot, but it's too close to the market open, unfortunately. Let me say good morning to a couple of my pandas here as they're joining. Day trading like a predator, good morning. Timothy, good morning. He asked, how often do you trade live? We trade every single day here. I really like this trade. I really like to go long here. I would really like to go long, but I'm gonna sit on my pause. I mean, you also got even entire push down, break of the low, retest. Now the setup is gone. No longer interested. Wayne Bicknell, good morning from the Georgia mountains. Russell H, good morning. Mike Thompson, good morning. Kevin Mack, good morning. Toad Man, good morning. FSN, good morning. Welcome, guys. Good morning, good morning. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. A lot of you guys think it's going to be a bull trend day today, or trading range is pretty close. I personally think it's going to be a bull trend day today just because we failed to fill this gap here. And, oh, this gap here is a different gap. This gap's already filled. This gold line's already filled. I was gonna say we need to reach this gap, but that is at the crucial level of 4,000 level. But we actually have a gap up here that I've been waiting for it to fill for multiple weeks. And I mentioned on two-legged pullback Discord that this gap here could be a multi-week gap, and it's proving to be true. It's been about 2 weeks since we filled this gap. I'm going all the way back to show you when it was created. And this is why it takes me so long to reload my charts. I have so much data loading up every single time. Boy, where is this thing? Way over here on May 8th. Multi-week gap. You see this gap from here to here? I'll zoom in. This gap here has yet to be filled. Amazing. Amazing, isn't it? And so I have a gold line all the way back here and has yet to be filled. So I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Live free or fight says he thinks my ticks are off, my candles are. Hey, let me know if my candles are different from you guys. I reloaded them, so you know, maybe the reload just didn't work well. I don't know, but let me know. I already reloaded them not too long ago. But if you know, if okay, so I got a couple people it doesn't match. Let me see. Let me know if anyone can confirm that their charts match with mine. Because if they match with mine, then it's like very, very difficult, I think, for that to happen coincidentally. I could be wrong, but market's about to open in 2 minutes here. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep this though because it's at that 4,000 level, and I just like the 4,000 level to be able to market. I think it's a good level to have. You know, I'm just gonna keep this at the 4,000. Market's about to open in 5 seconds. Darn it. Alright, I'm gonna reload my historical. Market just opened though. It's a shame. I'm reloading the charts here, and it's gonna be, you know, there might be a moment where it kind of freezes, so please bear with us. Please bear with me. Get it? Get it? Kind of want to go long here. All right, it froze. It's gonna be a while. Having a strong push down now. Very strong push down. Huh. Very tricky. This is why I don't like reloading during a stream. It could take like, who knows, like 3 minutes for this to finally reload. Sometimes it like freezes and I just have to like restart Ninja. Well, it's kind of frozen right now, so I'm just letting it load up. It could take 2 to 3 minutes. I think it's because I have so much data loaded. There it is. All right, we're in business. Does it look different? They look a little different. Well, I don't have photographic memory. I don't remember how they used to look like, but it looks a little different. Is that better? I don't know. You tell me, guys. Outside bar reversal. Lots of chop here. A lot of overlapping bars. Staying underneath the 20 MA, but close to the bottom of the trading range here. Boy, oh boy, what's happening? Break a trend to new low. Could be also possible. And we could have a nice reversal here with the trigger of this trap. It does create an outside bar reversal and the trap is currently failing. Very confusing, actually. Right, too much overlap. Way too much overlap. Alright, we're back in business, pandas. Thanks for the heads up. It's weird because I actually reloaded it, so I'm just confused. Maybe I just reloaded twice every time. I don't know. We're just like beneath the 20 MA, just like just getting chopping all the way down. I thought we were gonna go long. I thought it would be a nice long trade somewhere around here, but who knows? Strong bull bar ending near its high, but it's beneath this pivot high. If it if it closed like above this pivot high, it'll be a different story. But because we closed beneath this pivot high, I'm just thinking just more chop, or potential chop, which is the case actually. It's a strong bull bar. Typically, you think strong bull bars have follow through, but if you look to the left of the chart, you have this price action kind of stopping it from actually going up. Like if it was way above, like for instance, like this strong bull bar ending near its high, it's like kind of, at least it poked above here, and you're thinking maybe some follow through. But here, when you look directly to the left, like the immediate left, there's a bunch of price action blocking it. Couldn't actually even get above this pivot high. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hope everyone had an amazing weekend. Outside bar reversal. Yeah, I have a gap marked here. Some of you guys might have noticed this gap here, but yeah, we'll see if we get there. Outside bar reversal. This is very, very confused market. Though we are on an obvious trajectory downwards, the market is confused all the way down, right? With these outside bar reversals. It's actually a second entry short, lower high setup. Could be a trap trade to the downside here. Pops up and pushes down further, and it might try to fill this gap. I don't know. I thought that, you know, this attempt here was the attempt to fill that gap, and it failed, basically creating like a double bottom. And I thought we're gonna keep going upwards, but now it looks like we might try to fill the gap with this trap. Another outside bar reversal. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the stream. Live Free or Fight. Good morning. Moon. Good morning. Andrew Gibson. Good morning. Keto. Good morning. Todd at Stone City Outlaw. Good morning. Jaden Saint says, Panda, would you prefer 250K accounts with a copy trader or one 150K account? Interesting. I think 250K accounts is good, but I mean, like, I don't know. It depends on what you're trading. Like, if you're gonna trade one contract with 150K, you know, if that's your plan, then maybe that's better because you obviously have more. You have. You gotta remind me, what is the trailing threshold for 150K? Also, the 150K is harder to pass. If you can pass them at the equal level, then sure, the 150K should probably be better for you. Russell H says, I ran the Marine Corps historic half this weekend. Didn't even think about trading. Amazing. That is the best thing to do over the weekend. Doing something to help you forget about trading. Skabersky, good morning. Welcome back. Corsi, Zakaria, good morning. Jeff, good morning. Todd Stone City says his charts match mine. Let's go, baby. Just waiting here for a good setup. I haven't found one yet. Maybe consider this one, but still, it's just kind of choppy if you look to the left of the charts, and we're near the bottom of that trading range, so just didn't feel too comfortable. The fact that we're back here makes me feel like we're gonna try to fill the gap now. Was it Brooks or Pats who said you should fade new lows or highs if market is ranging? Both? I'm not sure. Pats is not very detailed in terms of what he even means by that. Al Brooks, he's very detailed when it comes to trading ranges. He usually says wait for second entries, and when he says second entry, he means a second, basically a second attempt to fade the breakout. So it could be like a major trend reversal, with a new extreme, or it could be like a higher low, higher or lower high type setup. If you're in the top of the trading range, lower high setup, bottom trading range, higher low setup, something like that. But right now, I'm just not sure. I mean, this could be our trading range here. Could get a strong push up. If we have a strong push up, maybe I'll mark this as my trading range. It'd be a big trading range, but the fact that we're kind of see, this is a downtrend, right? But when you look at the price action, you can see how choppy it is. Choppy here, big wicks. Choppy here, just overlapping bars. Wicks here, doji bars. And because of that, I'm not sure how strong this downtrend really is, because there's a lot of back and forth here, and so there's a lot of this shows you the presence of both bears and bulls all in one place. So even though we're pushing down, I still haven't forgotten that the price action has been very choppy. So I'm thinking this can have effect on the bigger time frames, so we might end up having a big trading range. I'm not sure. Multiple bull bars in a row though here. 1, 2, 3, 4 bull bars in a row. People always in long after this bar. Maybe after this bar, because we broke above this pivot, just strong bull bars. Always in long here. Coming off the 240 SMA, as you can see, perfectly. But for me, this is not a setup. This is not a setup that we're trading on this stream. If I was off stream, I might have go always in long here. I still will probably wait for a small pullback and wait for a higher low setup in this area. But we didn't get it, right? It just went straight up, rocket ship. And so for me, I'm not feeling too comfortable just going long here. It's still beginning of this trend, and so we still might have more, juice in this uptrend. But still, I would like it around here, a higher low setup of some sort. Major trend reversal is the best setup to wait for. But we didn't get any of them. We didn't get any setups, so I'm just watching. Even though it went up, I'm not gonna just go long here off the 240 SMA. This is not what I do. I need more evidence. We're gonna reverse. Now we have a little more evidence. Right, we're above the 20 MA. Right, we broke this trend line. If I make another trend line here, now we broke above this trend line, making a two-leggy here, potentially good trade here to go long. I'm actually interested in two-leggy if we get it. Bouncing off a support like that, and you're getting a two-leggy off a strong bull move, that will be nice to have. But I need my setup. I need my two-leggy to form A, B, C, and right now we're only getting a one-leggy. Right, we're only getting a one single pullback first entry. That's it. And market might be stingy here, saying you only make money with first entries. And now, right, we lost our two-leggy. No two-leggy. Counts reset. We broke above this pivot high. The count reset. So where we should have looked for something like this, right, with a lower high, creating a two-legged pullback off the 20 MA would have been a nice trade. But we didn't get it. Now we're getting this 3 here that's kind of far away from a 20 MA. If you're thinking this is a strong uptrend here, then this is a setup to go long, but I'm gonna sit on my pause here. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5-point risk. And I don't like this setup that much. I'm not in love with it. I'm not in love with this setup. I like the context. I think we can push higher, but I don't love the setup. The reason why I'm considering is because we have already a breaker trend to new low here. So I'm thinking, right, also, whoa. Breaker trend to new low. What's that circle doing there? Get out of there. Two-leggy here, potentially. But still far away from 20 MA. Richard Harris making his Pokemon card money. Second entry long here. It's just too far away from 20 MA. Very high potential. This makes a scalp, but I'm sticking to the plan I want to wait for it to come to the level I would like, which is a 20 EMA here. But this has very high potential, good signal bar, right, to make just like a scalp at least. That's disappointing. Doji bar. We broke below. Now it's getting confusing. Choppiness. Overlapping bars. Don't know which way it's going to go. We're clearly above the 20 MA, so we have a chance it still goes up. But, you know, my stop loss would have been here. I've been stopped out already. If you want to be a little bit, if you want to give a little bit more room, you can have stop loss over here. So if you're over here, stop loss already got hit. If you're here, you're sweating right now. I'm just sitting on my pause. You know, this is why I kind of wait for my setup at the key area being the 20 EMA here. But right now, we're so choppy. Even if we hit the 20 EMA, I'm just a little confused. Big push up. So if you got stop loss under here, you got stopped out. If you had stop loss over here, you're still good. Strong bull bar ending on its high, always in long. You're thinking follow through on this bar. Disappointing follow through. So now you're changing your premise. Right, you need to have follow through there for you to feel confident to enter. It's almost like basically an inside bar. Very confusing. Now it's getting choppy going upwards. Again, those setups for me, it's confusing. You know, at any moment this can reverse and come back to retest the 240 SMA. You could do a lot of things here just because there's no conviction in this move, in my opinion. Basically, a spike in channel. Spike channel, right? The channel is going the direction of the original spike, but at a lesser degree. This is losing some momentum. And if you don't know, you know, a spike in channel with an ascending channel is a bearish setup. We're thinking it's going to break down and test the bottom of the channel sooner or later, right? It's, you know, it shows you a big spike, right? Breakout, and then loss of momentum, but going the same direction. Now it can actually go up. I mean, you can always break out higher and keep going up, but this is typically a bearish setup. Jaden Saints asked, do I have any crypto or NFT investments? I trade mostly gold, and I know, you know, the Fed is raising interest rates. I know all these things. I know the dollar is actually very strong, and that's kind of the reason why I'm buying more gold, because gold is actually really cheap with the USD right now, and you know, so. When it comes to crypto, I've mentioned a couple times, I'm waiting. I don't really use indicators, but I can't but help see that on the weekly chart on Bitcoin, every single time it hit the 30 RSI on the weekly RSI on BTC, it has been a major reversal, has been a major bottom. Big push up here, strong push up, and we failed to fill the gap. This is a triple bottom here. This could either turn to a trading range, or the market's saying, you know, we tried three times to come and fill this gap. We failed 3 times. We might just reverse off here and launch off. Spike in channel, and we're breaking above the spike, which is this is the uncommon thing to do. Unsure what's happening here. Even if we get a two-leggy here, this is a strange two-legged pullback. A, B, C, off the 20 MA. I mean, it is an uptrend right now, but this uptrend just does not look good. You know, like it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's a very strong uptrend. It just seems a little overextended now because we broke above the channel, and oftentimes to balance this out, we break below the channel. So a little confusing now. You know, when you have an overshoot like this, it usually leads to an undershoot. Undershoots lead to overshoots. And so, but if this keeps going up, I mean, it's just no entry for me. I don't know what to do here. I can just buy anything and maybe, you know, come out break even if things go against me. You just need a wide stop for that. You have to pay that with risk, potential risk. High probability to come out break even, but you have to pay that probability with risk. Nothing's free in the market, and if someone tells you, like, you know, oh yeah, this is a high probability good risk reward trade, you know, that's when you just get up and run because they're trying to scam you. I've been very transparent when it comes to, you know, trading not just necessarily two-legged pullbacks, because two-legged pullbacks you can swing trade them, and so in my opinion it just depends on how you want to use a two-legged pullback. I scalp them personally because my personality kind of likes scalping, but sometimes I swing trade. You just have to know the probabilities for both. If you're swing trading, you have to have good risk reward, but probability is low. And if you're going to, you know, when I say low, I mean about 40%. And if you want to scalp, your risk reward is very bad, but your probabilities, you know, drastically go up about to, you know, 80 to 90%. At the end, it's all about the trader's equation. It's all math at the end. I'm still waiting for a good setup, and don't really have one here. We actually have a two-leggy forming here. Terrible signal bar. It's actually a two-leggy and actually a trap trade, right? Fail second entry short. It's a fail second entry short. A, B, C. Fail second entry short, reverses up, and right, doesn't even go below this pivot. But it's a terrible signal bar. Plus, not close to the 20 MA. It is a micro double bottom. That could be reason. Give you some credence to go long there. I'm just sitting on my pause. I want like a setup that I'm like, yes, I you know, I will feel bad not taking that setup right now. That's not how I feel right now. I'm confused. You know, even though we're going up, right, it still looks choppy, right? This looks choppy to me. This looks choppy to me, and that means that it's a limit order market. You know, that means I have to come in with a limit order to buy here, and it's just not my strategy. You know, I will probably buy at the 20 MA if anything. That's the first key area. I'll just buy here, hoping for a limit order. We have that overshoot now coming to the undershoot, perhaps. Like I mentioned, this is why this is confusing. Even if we had a two-leggy off the 20 MA here, very confusing. I personally think we're going to keep going higher. Main reason because we balanced off the 240 SMA, and very definitively strong bull bars ending on their high. And I'm thinking, you know, strong bull trend type move. We have a type of wedge here, but really 3 hits on this one on this trend line, and we failed to fill this gap. And you know, with that third attempt, if we can't do it here, it's almost like the last chance you kind of get before it goes up triple bottom. But who knows? And this is what I meant, Pandas, by spiking channel going, you know, with the ascending channel. This is a bearish setup, you know, because we're thinking we're gonna break, you know, basically you have a strong spike and then loss of momentum. And so when we break below this trend line, it kind of has a strong move down. Typically you come back to retest the bottom of the channel, and it's because right now the market, you know, when it gets down to this level, the market is, trying to figure out if we're going to start going to a trading range, or starts to do something like this, goes up, goes down, right, and goes back up, maybe push higher or pushes down. The market basically starts to create a trading range near the bottom of the channel here. There's no setups, pandas. This price action has been pretty doo-doo. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there are strategies out there making money off this kind of market cycle, but for me, it's confusing. It's confusing. Corsi says lower high failed, breakout was good. I wanted to fail second entry long. This setup here, A, B, C, looking for a long, but ends up having micro triple top instead, and then reverse. So Corsi wanted that second entry short, or that fail second entry long there. Unfortunately, market's being stingy, not giving it to us. It's giving it to us right, like way down here. I'm not interested down here for that fail second entry long. Creates an outside bar reversal. It's completely not interested in this trade. But like I mentioned, right, we come to the bottom of the channel, of the spiking channel. Now market's going to decide, are we going to create a trading range? It's trying to figure it out. With a higher low setup, maybe it's a nice entry to go long. Thinking we would try to make a trading range off of this channel here. But we'll see. And when I say channel, I mean this channel here. We basically, with this spike channel, come to the bottom of the channel, might come back to the top of the channel here. Might make a new high even. These choppy markets is hard to say. So this is why choppy markets kill a lot of people. They kill a lot of accounts. Not kill people, but kill their accounts. It might actually end up killing people. Who knows? Four pushes down to the 240 SMA, retesting the 240 SMA here. Maybe having a failed breakdown of the bottom of the channel here. Can snap back up here. I would not be surprised if this makes a nice scalp going long here. I would wait for a higher low setup. This trade alone, you can take it, but you'll need a good risk reward. That means you need to have a nice swing trade set up about 4 points above. At least 1 times your risk. You need at least up here. You need to at least make that money if you're gonna go here, because that's a risky trade, low probability trade, but it could be a potential good reversal spot. Right now, you're very disappointed, when it looks like this. At least I would be. Outside bar reversal, most likely got just stopped out right there from that push down. Unfortunately, for those who went long on that H4 setup. So I don't take H4s naked anymore. I wait for a higher low setup. I look for a major trend reversal. Look for something to support the reversal. Of course, yes, but I don't mark big trading ranges. It's because I have them on the 10K chart, right? So the 10K chart, there's a big trading range here. The reason why I don't mark it on the 2K chart, I could mark this if I really think it's big trading. The only reason why I don't really mark it is because it's not very helpful for me. As in, let's say I hit the bottom of it, because the trading range is so big. Like, I don't know when the reversal is actually gonna trigger. It's better to actually trade it on the higher time frame and wait for it to trigger on the higher time frame with a higher low setup of some sorts. In my opinion, if the trading range is really big, typically you can see it on the 10K chart, which you can see here On the 10,000 tick chart, the trading range indicator is marking the trading range. 2,000 tick chart, in that big trading range on the 10K, we have a lot of small trading ranges, a lot of choppy price action, and that's kind of how it's manifesting on these lower time frames. So that's why I don't mark them, because it's not necessarily the most helpful thing. For me, I'd rather wait for like a setup, a price action setup. You know, I like to trade the charts for themselves, right? I like to trade that this chart is the 2K chart. I like to trade a 2K chart as a 2K chart. On the higher time frames, when it's a big trading range, typically it's a big trading range. So I like to trade this as a 10K chart, and I'll wait for a setup for the 10K. But yeah, you know, typically if I was to trade this, like, am I gonna go long here now? We're at the bottom of the trading range, on the big trading range. Am I just gonna go long? You know, I'll probably just wait for a major trend reversal. You know, and that's what I would typically wait for anyways. So that's why, you know, because that's why I don't really mark them. But feel free to mark this. I mean, it's pretty obvious, I guess. But who knows? We could try to fill the gap now. I mean, this is a fourth test down, 1, 2, 3, 4 times now, and this one might be the one that breaks the dam. Trap trade, 4 traps in a row. This trap's failing right off that trend line. Now reverses, strong push down. Looks like it wants to fill the gap. This gold line is the gap from Friday's close. Very high chance to fill that gap. Very high chance. Keto says up 22 points right now with one contract, about to pass Apex eval. Let's go, baby. Congratulations. Yeah, I mean, you can do it, but I'm just like, I have multiple charts up on my screen, so I can see that the trading range on the, you know, the other charts. Maybe that's why I don't mark it, but you know, feel free to mark it. I've done it before on stream. I have marked the 10K trading ranges on the 2K chart before. Big push down, you know, big push down here. My spike channel, bearish, is a bearish setup, like I mentioned. This is actually a bearish setup. Comes all the way down. I thought we are gonna get some sort of balance off the bottom of that channel. Typically that's what happens, but instead it just rips down, maybe to fill the gap here. I mean, we're so close to filling the gap. It's like there's no way I'm gonna go long any you know, before we fill that gap. Let's see if like a really I mean, we have a lot of stuff that happens. As in, like, we break above this 20 EMA, we come back down, make a new low, but still don't fill the gap, and then major trend reversal. You know, then maybe. But otherwise, make sure you guys scalp that like button. I have taken no trades today because I have not found one good setup that I liked. And if we don't find a setup that you like, then you just move on. Carl Herman says Thomas Wade gave me a shout out the other day showing him the 10K chart. Thanks, Thomas Wade. I give Thomas Wade plenty of shout outs here. Thomas Wade's great, by the way. I think V Wilson Pats, he's trying to go for an Apex eval. I think he's like on a journey to finish Apex eval. Like on the stream, we've done that like time and time again. So it's kind of like for us, we've been there. So, you know, I show some love to V Wilson, saying, "Hey man, good luck." 2-legged pullback to go short here. Terrible signal bar. Show some streamers, or he's not really a streamer, he's just a YouTuber. Show some support. It's confusing, right? But now we're breaking above the 20 MA. I'm not looking to go long here. You know, I guess I'm still looking to go short, but we're so close to that filling that gap. It's like in my mind, like, might as well go short here, but it's like getting so choppy. I don't even like this chop right now. Overlapping bars, doji bars, it just looks confusing. And we're kind of keep going up here and kind of ending near their high, above the 20, closing above the 20 MA now. Just not, I'm not looking to go long here, but now I'm not really looking to go short. It's confusing, but it's a two-leggy. A, B, C, two-leggy, terrible signal bar forming at the moment. I'm not gonna take a trap trade here to the upside either. And if it made, basically, if we get a fails against a short here, I'm not interested in that either, right? This is first break of trend for me, and I have no real other way to really look at it other than that. It can reverse here, but I'm not expecting it to reverse. But now we're kind of like creating bad price action. I'm not looking to go short either at this point. We're closing above the 20 MA. Hey, this is your signal bar right now. That's your entry bar. Entry bars doesn't look too bad. Actually, a pretty good entry bar. Ends up giving you a nice scalp already. I would look for a lower high setup to go short. Sure, why not? I'm thinking new low needs to be created. I'm thinking this gap wants to fill. I have a lot of reasons to want to go short here. Lower high setup will also be a failure of this reversal. Give me more reason to go short here. I'm looking for a short trade. I'll take it on the outside bar reversal here. Lower high, second entry short, right? Failed reversal attempt here. Looking to go short here, even with the outside bar reversal. I try to time this. Not sure if it's gonna trigger. It might trigger before. Alright, in this trade, outside bar reversal. Fills me immediately. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Ooh. Ooh, oh. This is a 4-point runner. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Easy peasy, easy money. Let's go. Up 600. Just be patient. That was the setup we're waiting for, right? We're looking for a strong trend. You know, obvious target magnet here as well. Two-leggy. And we waited for the higher probability setup, which was the lower high setup here. A, B, C. The reason why I didn't want to take it on this trade is because this is your signal bar. It's a doji bar above the 20 MA. So that's why I didn't take it on this one. But when I saw a lower high setup with this trap, basically what the market tried to do is try to reverse it here. It tried to reverse it with a second entry short, and it tried to reverse it, but instead of reversing it, this reversal failed. So that's a failed reversal attempt, giving you more reason to go short there, and boom, gives you a nice scalp. Still looking for the new low, and this 3 is actually a good setup to take as well. But the only reason I don't really like it right now is a strong bull bar ending near its high. We need a nice signal bar here. Signal bar is not the best. Alright, the count reset, so we don't have that anymore. Trading range indicator on the 2K chart giving us a trading range. No setups for me. Really like that setup there. Very good setup. I liked it so much I even took it on the outside bar reversal, which I typically don't do. But I like this so much I just, you know, kind of had to take it. We're getting a pretty strong push up here now. Very interesting. You know, like strong, like kind of strong bull bar ending near its high above the 20 MA. I wasn't thinking of a reversal here, but you know, this attempt down might have been the attempt to make that new low, and that we're actually broke this pivot high. Very interesting. Break a trend to new high here. Now, if we get a trap trade here, that might be a different story, right? Where this trap fails, if we get a trap this way, you know, after an attempt to make a new low, then this is a better setup. If we get a fail second entry short here, that's a better setup or reversal setup to take than this one here, because this was the first attempt. Now, if we have a second attempt up, different story. We're coming back to the bottom of this channel here. I was wondering what this blue line was, and it was like when I marked this channel. I could actually get rid of it. It's not really relevant. This trap is actually, even if this triggers way up here, that's a better setup than this one. I'm not going to take it. I feel like here we have a breaker trend to new high, and we can have a reversal here. The best setup, I think, is this setup. Fails at entry long right here, still to fill that gap, in my opinion. Also, it will coincide with the 10K two-leggy, or 10K actually has a two-legged pullback coming off of the 20 EMA forming here, maybe with a decent signal bar, I don't know. But you know, this could trigger us to fill this gap here to yesterday's close or Friday's close. But let's see if we get a fail second entry long here. It looks like it wants to trap and actually have a reversal setup. Looks quite bullish at the moment. Right, no follow through on that trap again. It's unfortunate. For those who keep waiting for the major trend reversals, coming with that 3 here, fails. Coming with this 3 here looks disappointing. That Bulgarian. TGIM, guys, TGIM. Thank God it's Monday. I'm Bob by Money, by the way. Anyone who's just entering the stream, we stream here every single day. The emini, the most liquid, largest market in the world. We trade it every single day using only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. Simple setup that looks like this. A, B, C. 2 pushes down or 2 pushes up. 2 legs. If you want more details about the setup, you can go to the playlist in the descriptions going over how to count legs, how to identify second entries, how to identify traps. And we like to find them off key areas, and so if we're kind of closer to 20 MA, we like to find a second entry long there. Getting a little choppy now. Outside bar reversal, not interested in that long at all. But ends up, you know, ends bullish, so who knows. But I'm not interested right now. We already broke trend to make a new high. You know, we're actually looking for a fail second entry long here, if possible. But we're clearly above the 20 MA, so kind of difficult to take any type of short right now. Also, we trade 100% risk-free with Apex funded traders. So if we trade the E-mini every day, we trade the two-legged pullback every single day. And we also trade 100% risk-free every day using Apex. And so you know, they fund you if you can pass their evaluation. And so once you pass their evaluation, then you can get funded up to $300,000. And so if you are interested in that, you know, check out the website. There's a link in the pin message. Also a coupon for 50% off. And so with like little as like $50, around like $60, you can get funded. You know, that's how cheap, that's how amazing that deal is. I don't know any deal that's better. It's the best deal on the internet right now, I think. And you know, I love the competition because Apex was created in direct competition to Lilu, and guess what Lilu ended up doing because of Apex? Because Apex started to like get so many customers, Lilu was forced to create a better product. You know, they started to give out 90% payouts on their funded accounts and off withdrawals. And so, you know, basically competition is giving us a better product here, which is awesome. We have 4 pushes up here off the 240 SMA. Now we're wedged between the 240 SMA, 20 EMA. I'm not sure if we're gonna get it set up anytime soon. It's a little tricky here. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested, I know I recommend Apex to anyone. Also, I recommend if you've been sim trading and you feel like you're profitable sim trading, instead of putting like, you know, $2,000 your personal money, I would rather have you, or I would personally rather put in Apex, get funded, you know, and you can still trade with basically a free license. And we're getting a really nasty setup here on the 10K chart. This looks like an explosion here, right? With this trap to the upside. This is one of the setups that, you know, you see and it will never come back down for the rest of the day. Like this is the low of the day. You know, in my opinion, you can almost buy anything long at this point. Like this setup here is nasty on the 10K chart to go long. In my opinion, it's one of the best setups you can take to go long. But yeah, if there's follow through here, I would be careful to go short today. You know, this could be a very strong push up. That is a trap trade to the long side on 10K chart. 10K traps, they don't mess around. You know, we could have seen the low of the day today. You know, this could be the low of the day. Yeah, Chris Liu took the failed second entry short. The only reason why I didn't or I wouldn't take this trade is because the risk is huge, right? I would have to trade smaller. So the risk is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 10-point risk. And so you need a good reward. You can't scalp 1 point there. You just scalp, in my opinion, at least 3 points for that trade to be worth it. You know, because you gotta imagine, like, if you lose this trade, how many more trades does it take to make up for it that are similar trades? You can't be like 6 or 7. It has to be like, you know, 2 or 3. I'm looking to go long here. Second entry long. I'm looking to go long if we can get it. I'm almost want to find any reason to go long now at this point, but I need a second entry long here. I would love it. Really like that trade. A, B, C, second entry long will be great if we can get it. Second entry long, but huge risk here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-point risk on the 2K chart. That's incredible. I'm looking to go long here. It's a big bear bar here. I don't really like it, but the risk is so small. I'm willing to take this risk. Never mind. Risk is still about 3 points. 1, 2, 3, about 4-point risk. Terrible signal bar though. Could have a reversal setup, but a little confusing. It's not the follow through you're looking for a second entry long. Sitting on my pause here. The reason why I'm not so eager to go long anymore is because on the 10K chart, it actually triggered, or inside bar actually broke to the downside. Making things a little confusing for me. Like, you almost want to go short here. Almost want to go short here, but it's a little confusing. It is a break of trend to new high. I think I'll take a similar setup to here. Higher low setup, if we can get it. Big push up.
10,000 tick trap.
Big push up here. I need a setup. I'm looking for a setup. That's just a second entry long. A, B, C. Terrible signal bar. Aaron Corn says, trades by Matt just failed his performance account. And that's a nice thing about it, right? If you fail, you can just try again. Wait, a performance account? I'm not sure. Does that mean he was funded and he failed it? Man, 10K chart just triggered a trap on the inside bar. That is wild. I really feel like this is going to push very strong up. Like, I almost want to take a higher low setup here. It's not a setup I normally take on the stream. But I am so confident this is going to go up. I almost want to take any reason to go long. Like, I almost want to just buy long when we break this high here. I almost want to just buy the close here. But I'm going to wait for a higher low setup here. And with a higher low setup, I will go long. If we can get a higher low setup in this area, I will go long. I'll go long here. I'm just, it just looks super bullish to me right now. And I want to participate in this uptrend. Higher low setup coming with a really bad signal bar now, so not as interested. Maybe it's a little lower. Maybe with a better signal bar. Slightly better signal bar than that, at least. I don't like that higher low. I don't like it anymore. I don't like it coming after this bear bar. Touching the 20 MA now. About 1, 2, 3 point risk here with a higher low setup. This could be a big swing up. Could be a big swing up. I really wouldn't be surprised. It's a big swing up. I'll wait for a two-leggy though. I wouldn't mind waiting for a two-leggy here, but most likely it's gonna go on without us. And it's like this feeling of FOMO that you get. It's like that feeling that everyone has, and I have like this feeling of FOMO, like I'm gonna miss out on a really big uptrend or just a simple scalp here. And for me, it just like looks so obviously it wants to go up, but I'm gonna just sit on my pause and work through this FOMO here. Got a two-leggy here now. Waiting for that two-leggy. So I'm glad I skipped that one. I'm actually going to go long here maybe. Let's see. It's getting quite choppy on the 10K chart. I'm keeping an eye on the 10K chart. The 10K chart like trap triggered, like the reversal triggered, but there's no follow-through right now. Right, there's no follow-through on this 10K chart. Right, this trap triggered, but no follow-through. But typically when this happens, it's a very strong move up. Very strong move up, but Right now, no entries for me. It's terrible. Looks terrible. No follow through on that trap. Huh. Very interesting. This is a big risk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-point risk if you want to enter this trade. A little confused. 10K is confusing me. Oof, big push down. Tricky, tricky. Today's a tricky day. That's really tricky to me. That's really tricky, in my opinion. The market did it tricky. Very tricky. Very tricky. Tricky. Wow. This is choppy. Very choppy. Very tricky price action, in my opinion. Pandas, how you guys doing? Let me see how you guys are doing with the poll. Big push up again. Absolutely incredible. Top of the range to the bottom trading range. Back to the top of the trading range. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Tricky market, in my opinion. Big push up now. Man, that is tricky. That is the reason I'm saying it's so tricky because a 10K chart, when you have a trap like that, and then that trap fails, and then it reverses up again, right? Comes out, basically you can have your stop loss right here, and it stops you out and reverses, and strong bull bar ending on its high. That is just really tricky in my opinion. It's like almost untradeable. That is untradeable. That is really tricky. I have no setups though. I mean, regardless, it's like no setups. It's just tricky, right? Like, I'm not going long here on this one. Gray one here, gray one here, gray one here. So many gray ones. That means all the counts are resetting. That means it's just getting too choppy. A lot of failures. And a lot of the failures are failing, which is crazy. And those failures are failing. What I mean by that, look at the 10K chart. We basically had a fail second entry short, reversed up. That's one failure. This failure failed, reverse. This failure of this failure reversed, and it's finally successful. Absolutely crazy. I'm going long here. I'm looking for a long trade. Turtle toes, welcome, welcome. No setup for me to go long, but I wanted to go long there. Trap trade to the long side. Eager to go long here. I don't want to outside bar because we're so far away from the 20 MA. I'm gonna long here. Do not copy my trades. This is a risky trade. I'm just trying to catch this momentum going up. This is a risky trade. Do not copy my trades. Just skunked it. I could have made points, but I skunked it. The trade was a little risky, and I didn't like it how it didn't fill me immediately, but I could have made 2 points there. I just skunked it. It was too far away from a 20 MA, but I wanted to catch the momentum. And if I'm in a trade like this, I want to fill me immediately. I don't want to be stuck in a trade right here. I want the scout to be very quick. Ends up giving you, I could have came out with 2 points there, but, the timing, I wanted to be very quick because of how risky that trade is. I just wanted to get in, get out. But because it didn't finish on my entry bar, I'm just getting out. Risky trade. To me, this looks like a strong bull trend right now, pushing up higher. So I wanted to enter in, just get a quick scalp, but it didn't finish fast enough for me. I would have gotten my 2 points, but this wasn't quick enough for me. I hate staying in a trade when I feel like it should be a fast trade. I hate when it takes longer than it should, and so I just get out. That ball grant says you're changing your mind every 10 seconds. It's because the market is tricky. So like when you're finding yourself changing your mind all the time, it just means the market is tricky and you're in some sort of trading range, most likely. And this is why markets like this. So I change my mind every 10 seconds, and that's why I haven't really entered any trades other than the one trade I entered, because changing your mind every 10 seconds, then you start to wait for some more things to support your premise. And then when you feel like you have enough evidence, then you enter the trade. But when I change my mind, there's not enough time for the market to really, I guess, mature and make a setup that I really like. But, me changing my mind every 10 seconds doesn't say anything about, my trading. It says more about the market itself. The market's very tricky right now. The market's giving you mixed signals, basically. It's like that girl. It's like that girl that that you had, like, you don't know what's happening. Sometimes it sounds like they're interested. Sometimes they're not. And it's like, okay, they're giving mixed signals, and so every time like you make a move, you feel rejected, but every time you kind of play hard to get, then it's like, okay, then is that dynamic happening right now with the market? It's just don't know what's happening. It's too many mixed signals, and I say with girls like that, just stay away from them. They just want the attention. Just like this market, you just stay away from the market. We have a spiking channel here. Henderson market is a waifu. Market is not a waifu, man. It is not a waifu. It's too bipolar. If your wife is like the market, yeah, you're gonna have a hard life. I'm gonna say that right now. Jojo says, first time watching this channel live. Impressed that you haven't drawn a million channels like others that use two-leg pullback. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. If you're enjoying the content so far. We got a two-leggy here. Give me a 1 in the chat if you want to take a two-leggy here. That's too late. Already triggered. Good entry bar. Right, the trigger bar is nice, but the signal bar is terrible, right? You also 1, 2, 3, about 4-point risk. Terrible signal bar. Off the 20 MA though. But the entry bar is nice. So if you saw this, you're like, maybe I can come in with a little retracement. You know, coming back to the signal bar high. You could have done that. But, nah, not interested in that. Usually when I see a bar like this, I'm just like not really looking for a long trade. Ends up working out for you though. Jeff says, I dumped my ex like a bad stock hoping for a reversal. And then sometimes you capitulate and you know, you lose a lot in that investment, let's say. It happens. Higher low setup, not bad. If we break yesterday's or Friday's high, potential very strong move up. We're at the top now, 10K chart. Basically big trading range on a 10K chart. It's just been very choppy. Like this whole mess here, that was wild. That's some crazy price action right there, in my opinion. Very tricky. Very tricky. If you got caught up in that, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of accounts were blown just with that price action alone. I'm going long here, pandas. Do not copy my trades. If we're getting a micro double bottom. I kind of want to fail secondary short here. Going long here, pandas. Do not copy my trades. Trade at your own risk. No longer interested. Big bear bar. Ending on its low. Count reset. We lost our trap. Big push down. Coming off that high. Coming off Friday's high. Rejected off of it. Pandas. Fill out that poll. Let others know your P&L today. You know, it's like, it's nice to know when there's like some, you know, less making, you know, that loss 500 sometimes. Because like if you're in that camp, you're like, okay, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Majority of you guys are green today, which is amazing. Super happy for that. Inside bar, breaking to the downside. When I say inside bar, that means this entire bar is inside this bar here, creating an inside bar. Smaller time frame, that will be a trading range. Basically a triangle. Triangle breaks out, usually continue the original trend. So this is a good potential move down. Outside bar reversal created, right? So you got a OIO pattern. DA social. I use your Apex code. Let's go, maybe. Hey, honestly, 50% off. I mean, I would say thank you, but really, I'm gonna just say you're welcome. Getting choppy. Getting choppy. OIO pattern here. Second entry long here as well. Rejected off the high here. I'll probably go for a fail second entry long here. That's a trade I'll take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 point risk if you're going long here. I'll take the fail second entry long here. Thinking we already had a break of trend to new high. Bouncing off resistance. I just need my setup though. Bull palm as does anyone know how I can save my drawing so I can keep some significant targets? Yep, just save your workspace. When you close Ninja, it should ask you if you want to save it. You just say yes. Falcon asks, what stocks am I looking at? I'm not looking at really any stocks right now. I'm gonna go short here, pandas. Trap trade, resistance. Multiple failed breakdowns though. That's the one thing that's scaring me, but I like this short here. I'm gonna time this well. This could bite me in the butt. Who knows? It's one of those setups you want to try, attempt at least here. Maybe come back to the bottom trading range. I mean, coming off resistance, you got a reversal setup right off of it. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Shall we run this? Do we have a runner at the end of the day? Pandas. Let's go, baby. Do we have a runner? How far? How low can you go? How low can you go? No! No! Huh? What? What? No! Huh? Still in the straight. Ah! All good. Got that, baby. Let's go, baby. 1K day today. Let's go, baby. Hey, we read that perfectly. Bounce off the resistance, which was Friday's high. Coming off with a break of trend to new high. With that reversal setup, nice trade. Like, that was not by luck. That was calculated. And, you know, it is what it is. Pandas, hope everyone's doing amazing today. And, yeah, that's it. It's time. I'll see you guys bright and early on tomorrow, 9 o'clock for the pre-market show. By the way, if you want access to the pre-market show, if you want access to, you know, where we go over all my off-stream trades, go over all my account balances. If you want to go, then if you want access to that, then please join. But that begins at 9 o'clock every single day. And then 9:15 is the mainstream. And I'll see you guys all there. Either way. As always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.